Hi, I'm Kay, and I went to the farmer's market this morning and I got some beautiful Japanese eggplant, some red and yellow peppers, and I got some really nice young okra, and I'm going to roast these vegetables and show you how I do it. So first of all, for the eggplant, I was cutting the ends off, and just to make it a little easier, I just cut them in half and then into thirds lengthwise. Sometimes if they're thicker, I might cut them into fourths, or if they're thinner, I might just cut them in half. But this one, so just cut these into thirds. And this is my first cooking video, so I apologize that it's not very professional. I'm trying to figure out how to make it so that you can see what I'm doing and get the lighting as good as possible. So just get this one more eggplant cut. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to do the eggplant first. What I do the pan is I just pour a little olive oil onto the pan. Maybe a little bit more. And then I kind of dip it a little bit and then just lay it out. This is, I'm in North Carolina, and this is the end of August. So these are some of the vegetables that were at the market today. There was also some butternut squash and some kale. Not too many greens though, but there was a little bit of kale. Okay, so that's it for the eggplant. And now I'm going to do the peppers. I've cut a couple of them. I'll just cut the rest of them. So I just cutting them in half and then cut the seeds out. These, I'm not sure what kind of, these are sweet, I think they might be called sweet Italian peppers. I really love them because they don't have very many seeds in them. So it's just really simple. You just cut, make a couple cuts there, and you can like pull all the seeds out in one quick motion. Just one more. And these you can do the same way in the pan, the roasting pan. You could just pour a little more olive oil in there and and just dip them and flip them. And some of my eggplant I think could have used a little more oil, so I'm just gonna re-dip some of that. I like this. Some people always say cooking eggplant is so complicated and so time consuming because you have to salt it and let it sit, but I just wanted to show you this because I don't do any of that. You want to make sure everything is in a single layer, as much as possible. So, okay, so that's that for the eggplant and the peppers. I'm just going to set those aside. And for the okra, the simplest yet, I don't do any cutting or trimming. These have just been washed and dried, and I'm just going to put them in a bowl, and I'm going to pour a little bit of olive oil in there, maybe a little more, and just kind of stir those up. And pour those out on the pan. And again, just want them to be in a single layer. Normally, if I had this much space in the pan, I'd probably add another, like an onion or something, just like sliced onions or cabbage or something I had around the house. But I'm just gonna leave it like that, and then always have to add a little bit of salt. So this is just some coarse kosher salt. And I pour a little bit in my hand, and then I'm just going to sprinkle the salt onto the okra. Sprinkle it on the eggplant.